Alright, and let's go ahead and get started with drawing a nose. But before that, let me go ahead and say the nose is similar to the eyes in that there is no set way to draw the nose. And again, it's one of the beauties on manga. You have the freedom to draw your style. But so just gonna be giving general guidelines on how I personally draw noses, and I'm gonna go ahead and give examples on different styles of noses that I've seen. And generally, my general guideline is the beginning of the nose, the top of it, normally starts around the center of the eyes, and the center of the eyes they start sort of in this center line. So the nose typically starts around here and sort of ends about halfway, 2/3 to halfway. So however you're confident in drawing it. And well, right now it looks more like a little realistic nose, but however you're comfortable with it. There's many styles, and generally for me, noses are one of the things that I sort of want to stay away from realistically. But generally, that's how my noses are. I normally only draw sort of like one line, but most of the times I'm not drawing a front view looking face, so I'm not really strong with sort of front view of the noses. I'm more focused around a three-dimensional, or the 3D view and this side view. But there we have it, sort of a basic nose. And let me go ahead and sort of put these guidelines out here. So like the noses, they're about 2/3 to 1/2, sort of the distance from like the bottom half of the face. So let's go ahead and continue on with this part with different styles on how to draw noses. Alright, and let's go ahead and get started on different styles. And let me go ahead and start out with sort of a rough sketch of the head right here. And this is going to be more of a three-dimensional view. So let's go ahead and start with that. That looks good. And the noses, they start about towards the halfway of the head and then halfway towards the bottom. And if that sounds confusing, I guess we can say it starts on the half of the face and it goes a quarter of the way down. So then that's one style of nose, sort of a little bit more serious style. And alright, and then let's go ahead and go with a different style. So this time let's go ahead and go with more manga style. So again, let me go ahead and start with a rough outline of the head. Alright, and sort of another different style. Something that I've seen is sort of just like a little triangle right there, a little spike for the nose. And that's probably more of a cartoonish style than more of a realistic style. So, but it's also something I've seen quite often. And then there's also sort of another style, sort of where it's just all it shows is the bottom part of the nose. And I'm going to show what I mean. And sort of just like all I've seen is depth, just for the nose, just the bottom part of the nose. And one of the biggest advice I can give to you beginning artists is to read a lot of manga, but not just read it. Observe the art and observe how they draw their faces and how they draw their expressions. And not only that, sort of like study the different characters with different styles of noses because the nose and the face and everything about the character, the facial features of the character define who the character is. And let's go ahead and finish up this tutorial with sort of a side view. So let me go ahead and draw sort of the basic shape of the face. Alright, and then let's go ahead and just draw out the nose. Starts about halfway, ends about a quarter the way down, and then there we go for basic noses right there for side view. And some drawings I've seen, they'll normally extend sort of the nose inward a little bit more towards the face and create this sort of cavity for the eyes. And then in some styles I've just seen the concavity goes into the eyes a little bit, and then maybe just a little small triangle that pokes out and then just goes down onward towards the rest of his head. But completing this tutorial, we're gonna go ahead and jump into mouths. Well, that sounds a little weird, but we're gonna go ahead and continue on on tutorials on how to draw mouths. So let's go ahead and move into that. Alright, and let's go ahead and go on to drawing mouths. And personally for me, I haven't really experimented with different styles of mouths. Typically for me, I normally just draw a line for the mouth, or maybe draw a little bit more details into the shape of the lips, and maybe a little bit of shadow underneath and on top. But then that's sort of the extent on how I've drawn mouths. But again, there are many different styles on how to draw mouths, but I'm just gonna go discuss the basics of it. So then let's go ahead and start with the basic head shape right here. And this is gonna be a more three-dimensional view. And if you look at it, half the bottom of the face is already taken up by the nose. So then if you were to go like cut that in half, so an eighth of the way down again from the total head height. So about 1/8 of the total head height is going to be 1/4 of the total head height. Normally around this 1/8 area is when you're going to be drawing your mouth. So let's go ahead and give him a sort of content half smile look. But that's basically it. Is they're sort of for the proportions of the size. But coming up, we're going to go ahead and go to different styles of mouths. So let's go ahead and get into that. Alright, and let's go ahead and get into more different styles for the mouths. I've already shown you sort of a basic look where it's just the line, but let's go ahead and get into more detail with a more mature, more detailed look. And then after that, we're gonna go ahead and go into a sort of a side view, because depending on your style, the side view might be as simple as just drawing a line, or maybe a little bit more difficult into drawing the actual outline of the lips. So this is gonna be more three-dimensional. Alright, and for this part we're going to be drawing a little bit more detail. So probably you're going to have part of the lips here, and then we're going to draw a little bit, a line on top just to sort of indicate the upper lip, and then sort of a shadow on the bottom to indicate like the bottom lip. Oh, I can't really see that really well, so I'm going to go ahead and erase this guideline and redraw the lips. So here we have sort of like the opening, a little shadow on the bottom to sort of give way for like sort of the bottom lips, and a little bit of shadow on top for the upper lips. And again, I haven't really experimented with different styles on the lips, so there's really not much I can, not much different examples I can give. But let me go ahead and go into a sort of a side view. And depending on your style, if you're more of a sort of like a regular style of manga, not like it's a regular, but more generic, is like it's just drawing lips, you can just simply just add on the lips, like just on there where you have like the nose, like right here. But if you're going for a more mature style, more defined lips, you might have to draw in more detail. So let's go ahead and about like sort of the same length as the lips. So the length of the lips like this long, sort of the distance for the nose would be about that much. So that's how much you're going to be wanting to sort of stick out details for the lips. Alright, let's go ahead and bring that in a little bit more for the chin. And there we go, sort of a more defined lips than just sort of straight lines. So there we have it. This concludes our tutorial on sort of basic features on how to draw a face. And in summary, we went on how to draw eyes and eyes expressions. Then we move on to nose and mouth. So that's gonna be it for this tutorial. Thank you for viewing. And if you like what you see, and you wish to see more, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. And that's gonna be it for this tutorial. Chewy signing out.